Najee Harris, you are a New York Football Giant. Breaking news as Najee Harris is putting pen to paper to join Big Blue, and this is why you subscribe to the channel. Yesterday, we did a video reacting to the news that Harris was in the building for a physical, a workout, and a meeting, and it has now resulted in a signing. So go down right now, hit that big red sub button, because when the Giants make a move, we make a video. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. We are presented by Prize Picks, and my name is Marshall Green. Breaking news. Number 22, probably won't wear that number with the Giants, as Andrew Phillips occupies that jersey, but the veteran running back that spent the majority of his career with the Pittsburgh Steelers and last year with the Los Angeles Chargers is officially a New York Giant. And I know a lot of people are saying this is because Tyrone Tracy missed a block. Well, we've got some inside info on that. Have some quotes from John Harbaugh as well and what the New York Giants may do with the running back position. Harris is a player, though, that did not miss a single game from 2021 to 2024. It was last season, though, that the injury bug finally bit him. He did tear his Achilles tendon last season in Week 3, and he is still recovering, and we'll talk about that momentarily. But this is a very productive back. He's rushed for over 1,000 yards in the first 4 seasons in the National Football League with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And one thing that I thought was noteworthy when John Harbaugh was talking about Harris yesterday was mentioning how big of a running back he is. And I think we've learned with Harbs being in the building, he prefers his football players to be big. That's what Harris is. 6'1", 242 pounds, and still just 27 years old. He's been in the NFL a while. You'd think he'd be almost 30 years old, but I believe there is still tread left on those tires. Just has to get back to being 100% healthy. Like we talked about, did not miss a single game in his Pittsburgh Steelers tenure. Played 17 games, 1,000 yards, 1,000 yards, 1,000 yards. And then last year only was able to participate in 3 games with the Chargers. And I'm sure that John called Jim and got the scoop on Najee and really asked him, do you think it's a good idea to bring him in? What was he like in the locker room? And we got to see that. And we know that Harbaugh has played against Najee Harris 2 times for 4 seasons, 8 times in the regular season. The Baltimore Ravens and obviously the Pittsburgh Steelers have squared off. So Harbs knows what Harris is going to be like for this offense and what it's going to have to be like to prepare against him. Thinking about that as well. Some advanced analytics for him. We talk about a physical runner. Excuse me. That's what he is. 226 career broken tackles. And I know he's more of a bruising back and someone that you're going to run up the middle. And I can't even begin to fathom what a lead block of Patrick Ricard is going to look like for Najee Harris. But this is a guy that he could break some runs off as well. 103 10-plus yard runs in his career and 41 15-plus yard runs. I'm not looking for him to be an explosive runner for the Giants, but pick up tough yardage, break tackles, be another physical back in this backfield, and provide some veteran leadership as well. A sneaky receiving back as well is Najee Harris. So it's a player that I think is going to help the New York Giants. He's someone that I think John Harbaugh is going to be able to trust and someone that the Giants are going to have to work into the equation and kind of just continue to have him stay along his road of recovery. You now look at the Giants running back depth chart and where things stand at this point. You go back to what the Giants depth chart looked like when they released it unofficially prior to their first preseason game. Cam Scatterby and Tyrone Tracy were both listed as the RB1. Then you have Devin Singletary, Najee Harris, Eric Gray, and Damon Bankston. Then you have Patrick Ricard and Finley at the fullback spot. A lot of running backs on this roster right now. And the New York Giants, I think, are going to keep probably 4 running backs because John Harbaugh in Baltimore carried 4 running backs 3 of the last 4 years while also having Patrick Ricard on the team. So I could see a initial 53-man roster for the New York Giants featuring Cam Scatterby, Tyrone Tracy, Najee Harris, as well as Devin Motor Singletary. So Najee Harris, you're a New York Football Giant. I can't wait to see you tote that rock, man. Show him some love. Hit that thumbs up icon. and welcome our newest back to the football team. Man, excited to have him here. No doubt about it. More to talk about on today's video. Make sure you are hooked up, though, with our presenting sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today, and when you use the promo code HMA and you play your first $5 lineup, you get $150 in bonus lineups if you win that $5 lineup after you use the promo code HMA. So promo code HMA, play and win your first $5 lineup, you get $150 in bonus lineups. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports pick app. And you can get playing on Prize Picks right now. We've got baseball going on right now in the summer. So many sports to play. They'll have opportunities for you to submit a lineup for the preseason games and already some ways that you can get involved in some season-long projections like touchdowns for Dart, passing yards for Dak, and so much more. So go ahead, download the app, create an account, use that promo code HMA, play your first $5 lineup, and get $150 in bonus lineups if you win that $5 lineup. Just use the promo code HMA. We told you yesterday that Najee Harris was in the building at 1925 Giants Drive. And John Harbaugh was asked about him and his media availability, and he said, look, he's coming back from the Achilles injury, and he looked good in the workout. He's not back 100%. He's not in football shape yet. So if we are able to do something, it'll be a process. But that'll be a guy who has a lot of experience. He's a decorated vet. With those guys, generally, you just have to kind of see where they're at, where you get them. Sometimes it works out great. Sometimes it's just okay. And other times it doesn't work out. Based on the workout, I would say we feel like he's got a shot. We just have to see how it goes. And it looks like it is a shot that is going to go in nothing but net, as Najee Harris is officially on this football team. I'd be shocked, to be honest with you, if we do see him in the preseason. Maybe the Giants try to sneak him in for a couple of carries. But John Harbaugh said he's not 100%, and he's not in football shape yet. Could they maybe try to stash him on IR to start the year, and he misses the first 4 games of the season, and then they bring him to the practice squad and then try to elevate him from there? So still a lot more to the story to be told, but we'll keep you updated. And I think it's abundantly clear at this point, and it's been clear since John Harbaugh got here, and I've tried to relay this message. John Harbaugh, when he took this job, was not in love with the Giants' running back room, and I think that was clear when they made a sizable offer to Kenneth Walker. I think it was hammered home when we learned here at this channel that Jeremiah Love was the top-rated prospect alongside Arvell Reese on their draft big board. And now, again, we see today he signs another running back. And I don't think it's a direct shot at Cam Scadaboo. I don't think it's a direct shot at Tyrone Tracy. But Harbaugh, a guy that wants to be a smash-mouth football team that runs the football, Giants are going to run the football this year, maybe didn't feel confident that maybe Scadaboo or Tracy could play a full 17 games this year. And I don't know what he thinks about Singletary, but I think this move kind of speaks to that. Harbaugh actually spoke about Scadaboo yesterday and said, I got to see him for the first time in a game. And look, I don't think he's 100%. He would say he's not, but I got to see what about him already. I saw the foot quickness, the feel for the game, the explosiveness. It was good to watch and good for me to see that. I don't know if Cam Scadaboo is 100% healthy, but I thought he looked good in that preseason action versus the Minnesota Vikings. He didn't look like a guy that was laboring, or more importantly, he didn't look like a guy that was thinking about that ankle injury and having him be slowed down because of that. I thought he looked quick, thought he looked decisive. The vision was on display, and physicality, stiff-arming a couple players to the ground and not going down on first contact. The only problem, and I don't even want to say a problem, thing you always have to worry about with him, and that's not even the right way to say it, is can he last a full 17 games? In his lone season, he couldn't, so we'll see if he can do it this year. I know a lot of people, and we've talked about potentially Tyrone Tracy being in the doghouse after he missed that block in that preseason game that ultimately got Jaxson Dart killed. Well, reports are coming out that the Najee Harris visit was scheduled last week prior to the game. So Giants have had interest in him for quite some time. Maybe it was Tracy missing that block that pushed the envelope to get the deal done. I don't know, but man, I still have hope for Tracy, and I think he's a guy that can be a weapon on an offense and someone that you can use and help move the ball and be explosive. This is a guy that in back-to-back seasons had over 1,000 scrimmage yards. Now, Is that because the Giants weren't good and he was the only? I don't know. But I hope he gets an opportunity, and I think he could grow as a pass catcher this year. You've seen us show our running back depth chart for Big Blue a couple of times today. And no Dante Turbo Miller is on there. We broke the news yesterday. Not sure if everybody saw it, but Turbo Miller no longer on the New York Giants as they have waived him with an injury designation as he suffered a groin injury in the preseason game versus the Minnesota Vikings. So hopefully he can get healthy and find himself a spot in the NFL. Big fan of Turbo. He's had a long, hard road to get here, and wishing nothing but the best for him. Give me a Turbo down in the comments to show him some love. Appreciate you guys for tuning into today's video. If you haven't yet, give me a follow on Twitter. Give me a follow on Instagram @MarshallGreen_.